So, we are commencing trial at 8:08 p.m. on whatever day it is. Doesn't matter. Today we have the trial of who? Artman? Yeah, it was Artman. Artman, our plaintiff Artman, v. Waiatto, the defendant. The case in question here is the ethics of the manner in which the plaintiff was evicted from Waiatto's property. This case will likely set a precedent for future cases. So if the jury would keep that in mind and take such thing and make their verdict with the seriousness that this necessitates. So I will the plaintiff is not able to be here at this time because the Earth is in fact flat, therefore time zones.
I'd like to.
So in his stead, we have.
That he did not say that.
I said that. I said that.
Just wanted to clarify for the jury that he does not.
What the fuck? Yeah. Can we not? Can we not punch? Just like, yeah. Thanks. The plaintiff has legal counsel in Waffle here in his stead, and will act as his voice. Waffle, if you would like to come forward and give your opening statement.
Alright, hello everyone. Before we start, I'd just like to say that this trial is sponsored by Decca's Drinking Jam, visiting us for awesome low prices. Prepared for an adventure, tired of the overwhelming silence of your house, or both? Decca's Drinking Jam is a place for you. Bottoms up, boys. I got this drink here, right outside, the very first Drinking Jam vending machine. Try it out yourself. Head on down, Decca's Drinking Jam will open your mouth and use. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, may I have the attention of the class. My name is Waffles, also known as Owo Waffle, and I'm representing Artman in this case, who sadly could not make it. So, in case you do not know the situation, March 7th, his house was burnt down by this here man, Waiatto. He has shown no signs of remorse for doing so. I believe that once everything is shown, you will know that this man is guilty of the destruction of Artman's house. So, my client is a fairly good builder, and he put lots of time into effort into constructing little buildings for himself and others to enjoy. So as you can imagine, for such a dedicated worker, on March 8th, when he comes onto Discord to see his house burnt down, his reaction was very upset at Watto for destroying his house. He contacted me about this situation and wanted to see him brought to justice for such wrongdoings. Today, hopefully, you will hear from Uneasy Flame, also known as Greenest Hat, if he can show up, who has heard Waiatto talking about burning Artman's house down, as well as having no remorse for doing so, as well as other experiences with him. We also have photo evidence of him burning down his house, which I will send now. Hold on. Into trial chat. As well as video evidence, which I can show shortly, of him saying that he has no regrets of doing so, as well as a written statement from Johnny Appleseed, who has been told that you must have clear warnings before taking action on a person on your property. And while it may be true that Artman's house was not 150 blocks away, this is no reason to destroy a house without warning. If he was told to move, then I'm sure he would have been more than willing to do so. Thank you.
Thank you, Waffles. Aldenix, legal counsel for the defendant, please come forward for your opening statement.
Gentlemen of the jury. All right, that's stripped now. That's just going to be that way. All right. So, we're going to ask a lot of questions in this trial, and I hope to answer a few of them here to your satisfaction. One question, I keep hearing this word eviction thrown around. Eviction, wrongfully evicted. What is the definition of eviction? Definition of eviction is the action of expelling someone, especially a tenant, from a property. Now, I mean, maybe Waffle here or Artman, as most certainly, has a different definition of tenant. But to me, that would mean a prior established relationship with the person in whose property that you were staying. But as evidenced by the response of my client, which we are not debating that there was a burning. There most certainly was a burning. We do not contest the evidence of the burnt structure. What we do contest, however, is that it was not in his legal right to remove what was on his own property. This is something that was his. It's no different than breaking your own crafting table. It's just how it is. And if you would look at you will hear I believe if as long as the witnesses have consented, you will get some line of reasoning here, which will hopefully paint a picture for you of just how much Artman has neglected the unspoken agreement that we have on this server in regards to property and what is owned. And we hope that you will use your best discretion here. But it's going to be a tough one. But I hope that you can see the right way and see and you just think about what would you do if someone came onto your land and did something that you didn't like. How would you act? And just food for thought. All right.
Thank you very much, Aldenix. We will move on to the plaintiff's presentation of evidence and argument with such. Waffles, please come forward.
Okay, hello. So as the first evidence that I've sent, it is him burning the house. Which, very clearly it's there. Now, second is a statement from Johnny Appleseed showing that Aldenix has specifically stated that you cannot take action on someone on your property without first warning them to get off, which is right here. My next piece of evidence here is a Twitch clip of Mr. Waiatto stating that he does not feel bad or any remorse for destroying someone's property and also their stuff inside.
If the jury could all take a moment to watch that clip, I'll give it a minute.
If there was so you're admitting to having no remorse for what you did.
Waiatto
All right, I'm
sucks.
clipping that. You're going to your.
Has have all members of the jury watched the clip? Can I get some nods? Shake of the heads? I'm gonna wait until I get okay. Okay, there's 4 nods. Excellent. Um, would you like to make any further argument with that evidence at this time, or would you like to turn it over to?
Well, I think I've made my arguments, but I'd just like to clarify in case I haven't. Aldenix has said before that you must warn someone, and yeah, and there was no warning, of course, for Artman to get off of his property before being burnt, and that he has no remorse for burning it down without any warning. That's all.
Thank you very much, Waffles. Aldenix, if you would like to come up at this time and present your evidence.
All right. So if you would direct your eyes to the trial chat channel, the first thing I will put in there is a screenshot of. I'm actually actually Waffle already posted one screenshot, but I will post it again just for context. Hold on. All right. So this is a screenshot of Artman's house or structure, whatever, pre burning. This is a shot of how Waiatto's base looks at the moment, and for context here, that you can see on the right there, that is Waiatto's base, and if for further evidence of that, we have this right here. That's sign says Residence of Waiatto. But also, just to further highlight and make sure that everyone on the jury can see here what we're dealing with. In a positive, happy green color here, we have Waiatto as base highlighted, and in a not so grand red, we have Artman's the location of Artman's structure. And if there is any debate between those locations being the same, I encourage you to analyze the geography around the first screenshot compared to the second screenshot. So you can just see how close we're talking here. If you want to know the exact distance that we're talking about here, the exact distance, I have Waiatto's deed right here. Should I, Judge? Should I be passing this around to the jury for them to see, or
If you feel the need to,
all right,
you might also take a screenshot of the deed or however you wish to do so.
You know what? That sounds like a better idea. Don't want to lose it. All right. I will post a screenshot of the deed now. Okay. So yeah, so you can see in the deed there that he does have a deed, and it was dated April 30th. So this is plenty of time. The distance between the coordinates of the location that you can see highlighted in red and around the location highlighted in green there is, or well, it doesn't even matter. The location that is centered on the deed is wait, what's happening over here?
I apologize for the interruption. It's been taken care of and will not happen again.
The distance.
Please continue, Aldenix.
Yes, the distance between the locations that we're talking about here, the deed center and the highlighted location, is 92 blocks. Which, if we look at the Constitution, that is a far shot off from the 300 by 300 area that is allotted to all players. So I would this isn't a small boundary issue. This is, as you can see from the screenshot, you can see both areas from not even that far back. You can just see from Artman's base, he would have to have utterly ignored the location, or purposefully ignored the location of Waiatto's base and the fact that he's there. He's basically in his backyard. I believe that'll be all at this time.
Thank you very much, Aldenix. Waffles, at this time, if you have a witness to present.
Okay, wait, I thought prosecution does? No? Okay.
He is the prosecution.
I am the prosecution.
Plaintiff instead.
Yeah, I thought does defendant do it? We do it first? Okay.
No.
I'm okay with them doing it first.
All right.
They need to.
Well, Waffles, if you don't have one to
No, I have one.
if you don't have one that is present at
It's
this
uneasy,
time,
isn't it?
given that it's uneasy. If
Yeah, but I mean,
he does,
he
if he
can go
does show up,
first.
yeah, if he does show up by the end of our presentation of witness phase, he may participate,
Okay.
even if it is slightly out of order. But if you have no one else, which you didn't, at this time, Aldenix, please present a witness.
All right. I would like to. I'm assuming both my witnesses have agreed. Is that? Am I safe to assume that? Or...
That was your responsibility too.
Oh, I thought
Procure
that I thought
witness.
that. Oh, okay.
I apologize for the miscommunication.
Yeah.
The witnesses he wished to call were Decca and Johnny. Do either of you please nod or shake your head if you have any
All right.
issue
They
with that?
seem
Oh,
fine.
nodding? Okay.
All right.
May I call one
So I would
witness?
like to call Decadent to the stand then.
Decca, please, you've been unmuted. Please approach the Constitution.
I'm not feeling good. Sorry.
Please approach the Constitution and pledge your
Okay, I'm
truthfulness.
fine.
And then
I never changed it.
have a seat in the witness stand to the right, to my right.
I will tell. I'll tell the truth. I swear.
You better. The witness stand
Ah!
is to your
What,
left.
guys? Seriously, stop. Being very obnoxious.
Need water or something?
Can we
No, there's water. I have an old Elytra. As long as it's open. Cut it out. Let's go. Lennon, I swear to God. Just gonna stand over here. Okay, we done? We good? Yeah.
Right.
All right.
Gonna
Decca, please
take
have a
your
seat.
seat,
Yeah, take a seat.
Take your
sir.
seat.
Mr. Pizza. All right. Alrighty.
It's getting a little hot in here.
So, okay, please,
Oh, no.
please keep your shirt on for the questioning here. All right. All right. Good. Casual. So, first, how you doing? How you doing, Decadent?
Great. I'm good. I'm great.
All right. Good. Good. Oh, I just got a message from Lily. We'll deal with that later. Okay.
Oh boy.
All right. So, so tell me, where do you live? Whereabouts? Whereabouts on the server do you live?
I live at my My chords are roughly 1500 0.
Okay, yeah. So 1500. That's a fair distance from spawn. Why did you move so far from spawn?
I didn't want to deal with people building near me because I thought that might be an issue.
Uh-huh. So tell me, did you get a deed?
I did.
All right. And would this be your deed there?
This is my deed.
All right. Let the evidence show that Deca has recognized that that is his deed. He can return it to me at this time. Thank you. Um, and so why did you get a deed?
Um, well, I actually made that deed myself, because I knew that deeds were a thing, and I just wanted to get it out of the way so that once again I wouldn't have the issue of people building near me.
All right. And it makes sense. So what do you believe that the deed allots you in terms of space?
Um, I was promised a 500 by 500 area, and I enjoy those rights, and I plan to use my area for myself only.
All right. I will say the Constitution at first did say 500 by 500, but it has now been changed to 300 by 300.
Oh, forgive me. I was
But no, that's fine. But now I'm just just to illustrate my point here, is 500 less or more than 300?
more.
So even if you were forgetting whether it was 500 or 300, you both of those numbers are more than 300 than 92, are they not?
They are.
All right, no further questions, Your Honor.
All right. Waffles, at this time you may approach the witness stand and cross-examine, if you wish to do
Hello.
so.
I would. Uh, so I just have a few questions for you, okay? If that's all right with you.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So if if someone were to have built a small little house near yours, um, what would you do?
May I ask how close this house would be, or are we saying like the same as what was?
Let's say
what was
about the same. Let's say about the same
Um,
distance.
I would be very annoyed because I've dealt with it in the past, and right off the bat, it'd be very obnoxious, and I would probably ask around to see who built it, and when I found out who, I would tell them to remove it immediately.
So you wouldn't go and do anything harsh towards them until you told them about it, right?
Not right off the bat, but if it took too much effort to find out who did it, I would probably break it down.
Okay. No further questions, Your Honor.
Thank you. Decadent, you may return to the jury stand. As I believe the next witness would be the defendants. Rob, if you have another witness to call, you are able to do so now.
They don't. Okay. So we're probably gonna do this without uneasy. That's fine. Yeah. The court calls Johnny Appleseed to the stand. Or I call. I'm not the court. Am I the court? No, I'm not. You have to swear on the.
Hey,
Yeah.
Wiley, you might want to mute me. You know what? I could just over mute myself. It's fine.
Johnny,
Oh,
do you are now unmuted. Do you swear on the Constitution here to tell the truth?
To tell the truth.
This holy text.
Yes.
All right. You may take your seat to the left. And Aldenix, you may come and question your witness.
Hello, Johnny. How you doing here?
I'm doing well.
You don't seem to be of great health, but we're going to continue with this on anyway. So tell me, whereabouts on the server do you live?
Negative 1,000, positive 200.
Oh,
Or
hold
no,
on.
no.
Let
I
me,
think it's the
let me turn you
I
up.
think it's
Okay. I'm sorry. Repeat that. Sorry.
I believe it's negative 1,000, positive 200, or it's the other way around. I don't remember.
All right. All right. A fair distance away. Now, tell me, did you get a deed?
I did.
And is this your deed?
Yes.
All right. Let the record show that Johnny Appleseed has recognized his joint deed with Smoke Purple, who is not that's not important. Other issue. Uh, all right. So, now tell me, this deed of yours, about how much land does it allot you?
A lot, like 500 plus any stretch.
Okay. Um, now tell me, do you have any neighbors or any people that live near you?
I have 2 neighbors that are technically within my deed.
And who are these neighbors? What are the name of them?
Uneasy and that one guy. Oh, and Lennon apparently.
Okay. Um, now, tell me, uneasy. I've been to your base. Would you say he's quite close to you?
I would.
And um, have any issues ever arisen uh with the proximity of you two?
Occasionally he'll build something, or he used to build a chair across my river, which has been torn down twice.
And did you turn it on the chair, or one of your, or purple or
Smoke perp did.
Smoke Perp did, who is also an owner of the who is a joint owner. I mean, he's not on the server right now, but he's a joint owner of the property. Correct.
Correct.
All right. So, and you felt that it was within your right to destroy that, or he did. At least you could speculate.
I mean, I guess so, but I mean that was after, or that was before we got our deed. So I don't. He didn't consult me about it.
Okay. Okay. Now, if something like that were to happen now, that you have the deed, what would you do?
I would talk to Uneasy about removing it.
I see. No further questions.
Waffle, if you would like to come forward and cross-examine the witness.
I would. Johnny. Um, so you you said you would talk to Uneasy before you did anything, right?
Yes.
Okay. Um, and you remember Aldenix telling you that before doing anything to someone else, you would have to talk to them about it, like, and give them a warning for it before you did anything, right?
Yes.
All right. No further questions, Johnny.
Excellent. Johnny, you may return to your seat. Thank you, Johnny.
What an entrance or
Um,
exit.
At this time, if there are any further witnesses to present from either side, please speak up now.
Well, I was gonna present Uneasy, but he's not here.
He's not here.
No.
All right. Aldenix, I do not believe you offered up any other witnesses, so at this time, we will move to closing statements, beginning with Waffle. please come forward and make your closing statement to the jury.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. May I have the attention of the class? I believe that enough evidence has been shown that there has been times where someone has done something to someone else's base and has been told that they must be given a warning for it, and that my client was not given any warning before having his house burnt down. And we are looking for 10 Scorps as compensation for having his house burnt down and all of his stuff lost because of Waiatto. And yeah.
Thank you, Waffle. Aldenix, at this time, if you would like to come up and make your closing statement.
All right, ladies of the jury, we've heard a lot of things. We've heard from a lot of people too. Actually, it's a lot. Half the jury about. And gentlemen, I'm sure. Anyway, yeah, we've heard a lot of things. We've heard a lot of talk. We've heard. I think we've established at this point the boundaries of a deed and about the amount of land they allot. There's some disagreements around the specifics of the boundaries, but we can all agree that it is more than 92 blocks. The 92 blocks that Artman built, and we've established that Waiatto's base was clearly marked. You can see in the screenshot that it was clearly marked as his base. Something I'd also like to mention: this, if we view this from the angle of a prank, even that is not permissible because Waiatto, in fact, is not on the prank list. So, from all aspects of the Constitution, Artman was not in his right to build on Waiatto's property, and it would appear that it was only a natural response to remove unwanted blocks placed on his property, because we're not talking about some extravagant castle. We're talking about a small hut-like structure, less than 100 blocks from his home. That's and I think that we've all had to deal with situations like this before, or I'm sure many of us have, and it's frustrating, and it in a situation like this where you've marked your property and it's still not enough. Who's to say what anyone would do. All right. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Aldenix. So, before I send the jury up to their own chat channel to come to a decision, I'd just like to reestablish the case at hand and add a few facts, or add a few instructions. I mean, the case at hand is whether it is the actions taken by Waiatto to remove Artman's structure from his land are within the server's ethics. That is for you to come to a decision on. Also, as to the matter of compensation, if you do find Waiatto guilty of an infringement of server ethics, the plaintiff has requested 10 Scorps. If you do not believe that to be a correct amount, you may agree as a jury to award him less scorps or no scorps at all if you wish, um, if you do not believe it is correct to do so. Instead, the case would just set a precedent for future cases as such, and it would be on the record as going in such a direction. So at this time, I will unmute the members of the jury, and if you could just hop up to like semi-private land or less general, something like that.
They've already dipped.
All right.
Are we allowed to like talk right now?
Yeah. I just messaged Lily.
Okay. I like I like how you called two people as witnesses and then they both went like the opposite. But,
What do you mean opposite?
All right.
Oh.
All right.
like,
Everyone's
very
unmuted.
clearly
Oh,
not
oh.
what you
Everyone's
wanted.
unmuted.
Oh.
We can we are free. I will
Noise.
ask for silence when the jury comes back to give their presentation of
To be
guilt.
honest, I
but-
kind of found all of this funny.
That's the point, dude.
Oh, dude, it's very serious. You gotta
Oh yeah, super serious.
come on.
Super
Like, what are
serious.
you like? Why are you even here if you're not taking this like 100% seriously?
Come on.
Oh no, because what happened was
I'm joking. No, I haven't even this.
The jury has a question. When did Artman build his base? Do we know this?
I don't know.
It had to have
Like,
been
literally-
pretty soon.
yeah.
I mean, you can correct me if I'm wrong, Waffle, but I
Either the 7th or 8th.
Was it before or after the deed? They're
I'm-
wondering.
That's pretty
oh,
sure.
it was like a week
Far
after
after.
the deed at least.
Okay, after.
Yeah, I guess he just barely noticed the hut
Where did-
because as soon as
Where
I
did
left
Deca
his
go?
place,
Deca left the
He's probably lagging out.
lagging. No, I mean in Discord. He's not in.
Oh, why is Pie in there? Why is Pie in there? Get Pie out!
yeah, this
Pi,
all
please do not
happened
influence
literally.
the jury's decision.
I wasn't influencing anything. I just barely walked in the chat. And he just said leave and but this literally happened as soon as I left his base because I went to go get snow and what's what I was trying to get? Oh, Quine Obsidian too.
Yeah, Waiatto was saying that he thought it was yours. Like he didn't know it was Art's at the
To
time.
be honest, I don't care if he actually did it. I was laughing the entire time when I saw the image.
And he did actually do it.
When like I looked at the first image and said, "Ooh, that's a nice looking hut." Then the second
Okay.
image, I was like, "Oh shit."
Did you steal my dirt?
No, why would I?
Okay.
Dude, I have like
He has
stacks
like
in
more
my
dirt than
chest.
anyone on the server.
I came outside and it looks like a chunk of dirt was missing. I was upset.
Wait, so Waffle, what were you saying? That they were saying different things?
Yeah, it definitely didn't seem like that's the answer you wanted.
Well, no, I got part of what I wanted. I should have ended Johnny's questions earlier.
Yeah, maybe.
There was a very specific line of reasoning I wanted to go down with Johnny, and it derailed a bit.
I saw you were a bit thrown.
Yeah, I'd probably tell him to move. You just sat there like, oh no. Oh, Zushi left. That's not.
I mean, they're
good. How
talking
is he even
here.
communicating. Why is there only two jurors in the?
Well, that's what it is.
Oh, they had to go. How were they even talking? What? Also, where's Deca?
Deca also had to go.
Oh,
He had to go?
awesome.
I went and asked them. Yeah.
Why, Reva?
That's what Johnny said. I don't know. Johnny just said he had to go.
He jumped at the right moment.
If we could remain in our seats while the jury is making this very serious decision.
I am on my seat. May I please ask to stop touching my chair, please? Makes me very uncomfortable.
I would like the court to acknowledge that I'm sitting like in a cool way, like the kids do.
I would like to question Mr. Johnny Appleseed. Do the cool kids still do this?
Did you like that every time I got off my chair, I
All right,
did this?
Dave.
Oh.
The jury has come to a decision. If everyone could be quiet for a second. The jury has come to a decision. A member of the jury will now present their decision.
We have decided that Waiatto is guilty and owes 10 scorps to Artman.
And with that, we have the conclusion of this trial on the day of 5/18/2020 between suit of the plaintiff Artman and the defendant Waiatto. Thank you all for attending and being a lot less wacky than last time.
I would like
Peace.
to,
Yay,
Good job, guys!
Right.
We
We
did
did
it!
it!
Can I
Oh my
add-
god,
I would
no!
like
Let's go.
I mean,
I would like to add to this, poggers?
Poggers indeed.
Why? Oh no, it was a losing case, man.